So I'm in the plantation now, and there seems to be quite a number of animal trails going about. I mean, it could of course be that people's dogs come in here and they have a sniff around, but some of these look like they're made by some other animal, possibly badger. There's another trail down there that joins onto, it's a deer track. I'll just take you down to it quickly. Don't want to spend too long here because I've obviously got to get back, and I've also got to go back and make the tea, so oops. See, here's obviously, this is a deer, roe deer, I imagine. I'll just keep the camera on because I'm going to go back to the main path, because I did see some woodcock on the way. In fact, I actually disturbed a small flock of them on the ground. I saw quite a lot of woodcock yesterday, about 8 or 9 in Montcoffer Wood. There seems to be quite a few in here as well. I'll just go back to where I left off before, and then I'm gonna go and then just gonna see, persevere for a bit and see. There's pigeons up in the canopy. I did hear a jay before. Just in case there's more stuff up ahead than I thought. See, something's been digging here, because something's unearthed the soil, the leaf litter from this area. Yeah, just for scale. Yeah, I think this could easily be a badger. Though, what I don't quite understand is that this is a Sitka spruce plantation by and large, with a few sycamores, a few Scots pine maybe. I wouldn't have thought, oh, there's another one, I wouldn't have thought that this kind of forest, on some beach as well, I wouldn't have thought that a conifer plantation like this would be the best place for a badger to forage, because the soil's acidic, and being acidic means, well, not so many worms, not so many things to eat. Don't quite understand it myself, but there you go. So I'll just go up to here and no more. There's quite a lot of birds being disturbed by my presence. Wood pigeons. See, you can see things, more signs that something's been digging around. fingers are turning to icicles, so I won't keep this going for too much longer. But there you have it. Beyond that, you go to some, you would eventually lead to one of the farms down there. There's a field with like horses and sometimes cattle in it, and there's a few dogs that live at that end, which is one reason why I'm not keen to go it alone. If I do go at all, it's usually with my dad, but I tend not to. I'll not spend too long in here. I'll maybe just keep the camera rolling until I get back onto the main path, just in case we catch any woodcock flushed, because, well, I'll just see how it goes. There might not be very much to see on the way back now that I flushed it, but we'll see. There's the bank down there, and the river is just beyond those trees. So there's some beach in amongst this. Most of the rest of this is Sitka spruce, a North American species tree that was introduced in the interwar period as a means of increasing the timber supply and using unproductive land that wasn't good for agriculture to supply more wood, because we cut down most of our forests when the First World War happened. A lot of our native woods were cut down. Well, technically we've lost a lot of native woodland over the centuries, but the First World War nearly decimated our stock of timber, so these new trees were selected by various botanists for being relatively quick growing and being relatively tough for nutrient poor conditions. Oh, my fingers are like icicles. Just in case any woodcocks take off again, just keep the camera on until we get back to the path, and then we'll switch it off, and then I'll carry on the run back home, and I will make enchiladas for the family. Trying to be a slightly better cook these days. I cook twice a week for the family. Bolognese, spaghetti bolognese on Mondays, enchiladas on Thursdays. The two of them, the enchiladas are my least favourite because there's quite a bit of preparation. A lot of vegetables had to be cut up prior to things being all ready. So that takes up quite a bit of time, but you know, it's worth it. I quite like enchiladas actually. Quite like spaghetti bolognese. I used to make chicken curry as well. Probably still can do that with a bit of practice. Just having to cross a stream, or it's not really a stream, it's just a muddy patch. You can see tracks of birds being made. Possibly it could be some woodcock. You can see how it runs along. More what looks like a deer, a roe deer, I would say. Yeah, last time I stayed for a filming session, I stayed a little bit longer than I intended, and you know, I will start hooting, of course, when that happens. You have to go under a tree. Okay, doesn't look like there's no woodcocks forming on the way back, it seems. So we'll try and get one for you one day, in the not too distant future. It's all about sneaking up on them while they're on the ground. Okay, we're now back on the track. I think I'll just continue my run from here. So just back on the track now. It's getting dark. I mean, it might not look it, but so what I'm going to do is just continue my run now. Get back in good time for tea. May come back here for. Wouldn't mind having a good badger hunt, badger watch rather. See if I can get you guys a woodcock too, if I can. This is Harris Brooker, your naturalist, signing off. Life is good.